Hello there, this is Soul Magic 99, and today I'm going to be doing a weekly reading for the General Collective from the 18th of November right through to the 24th of November. So this pile is Monday, Tuesday, this pile is Wednesday, Thursday, and this pile is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so I'm using several different decks here. These are the Inner Child decks. I haven't used these for quite a long time. We have the daily messages from the Angels. We have the Mermaid and Dolphins deck and a message from the Archangels. First I want to say thank you to all of those who have subscribed. I'm trying to head towards 100 subscribers, and then I will do a free reading giveaway of 20 minutes. It can be a reading of anything of your choice. There's a special offer for November, so not much longer now. A 15-minute reading for £11 and 11 pence. All the other details are down below. Okay, so we'll start off with Monday and Tuesday. Move those to the side. So we have the Guide of Swords. Now these images are all to do with nursery rhymes and fairy tales. They're beautiful images in the cards, okay? And I'm just going to read the meaning of that for you. The Guide of Swords is based on the Robin Hood story. During the time of governmental corruption and political intrigue, Robin Hood and his band became symbols of justice, humanitarian service and goodwill. The Guide of Swords represents a true merging of understanding, cleverness and love for one's people or community. That which was solely potential in the Pinocchio card and the partial realisation in the Scarecrow has become a way of life in the Robin Hood card. Robin Hood's love for Maid Marian represents another dimension within the realm of the swords, spiritual union and physical marriage blessed by dedication to upholding the laws of nature. In France, nearly 3 centuries after Robin Hood came forth to lead the nation out of slavery and toward the light offered by Archangel Michael, that Guide of Swords was Joan of Arc. In this card, Robin Hood reveals the sword of truth by his side and the arrows of higher consciousness and goal orientation in a quiver on his back. He has just retrieved the gold that several rich aristocrats had essentially stolen from the poor by overtaxing and burdening them. When he appears in your reading, be determined to follow in his footsteps. Seize the initiative on your life path, help the needy, be generous to the poor, teach others about the values of justice, fairness, equality and honour. Explore the forest and learn to live in harmony with nature. Remember the ancient adage, the truth will set you free. And there is a lot of injustice in our world at the moment. There are the haves and the have-nots. And there's no need for this. There's enough for everybody. So if you can make a difference in your way, please do it if you feel guided to help those in need. This card is telling you that, the truth will set you free. Whatever you feel true to in your heart, follow that without delay. So now we have the Midas touch. I don't know if you know the story of Midas, but it's an interesting one. Just get the meaning for the card. Bear with me, it's a really big book. This is a very famous story, I don't know if you've heard of it, but King Midas had a beautiful daughter whom he loved very much, but closer to his heart is his desire for gold. One day, while counting his wealth, a stranger appears and asks him what he would like more than anything in the world. The king, without much thought, abruptly asks that everything he touched become gold. The mysterious stranger tells him that by sunrise the next day his wish would be granted. As the first rays of light enter the king's chambers in the morning, the king is astounded to see his wishes indeed been granted. His chair, his bed, even his roses have turned into gold. at his touch. However, his daughter, who loved the roses, runs to her father, terribly upset at this sudden turn of events. The king reaches out to comfort her, and shockingly she turns to gold as well. Beside himself with grief, the king once again encounters a stranger, who asks the mighty ruler if he has learned his lesson. King Midas begs the golden touch be taken away. The stranger tells him to dive into a pool of water in the garden with a special vase and fill it with water from the depths of the pool. This represents a ritualistic cleansing of his sins of avarice and pride. Midas is told that if he pours the water on everything that has been turned to gold, all of his precious objects will once again be restored to their natural state. Sure enough, the stranger's words hold true, and King Midas is able to bring his daughter and the beautiful roses of that garden back to life. The moral of the story is there is something much more precious and close to our hearts than material wealth or gold. The beauty and sacredness of life all around us. Another lesson is to think ahead concerning the implications of your acts, for your innermost wishes may well come true, causing more grief than happiness. When this card appears in your reading, be sensitive and loving to the people around you. Turn your back on greed. Appreciate the simple and beautiful things in life by realising that not all that glitters is gold. The gentle touch of a loved one may be more important than making money or struggling to earn a promotion. Balance out your life. Trust your intuitive judgment over cold logic. Weigh your decisions carefully to avoid harming yourself and the people you love. So it's making you aware that there's more important things out there than money. Okay? The relationships we have with others and the closeness we feel is much more important than gold. Because once you don't have those, you have nothing really. So see a message from the angels, the daily message we have. Relationship. Your primary relationship is with yourself and God, and every other relationship follows from there. To attract, heal or balance a relationship, struggle more closely with your loving Creator. As you feel safe and loved within, so shall all your other relationships bloom and prosper. So the clear message here is love yourself first. Once you love yourself first, every other relationship will follow more easily into your life, okay? Because it's only through true self-worth we attract the love that we desire. Law of attraction. Each thought is an investment that pays immediate dividends. So invest wisely. You have the power to choose your thoughts and align them with love, peace and harmony. At your request, we will gladly attune your energies to higher frequencies. So really going back to the story of King Midas, be careful what you seek out there. Be careful. Is it something you truly desire? Will it resonate with your truth as a person? Watch your thoughts, watch your words, watch your actions, because what you put out there, you will get back. And be conscious, be aware. Is it truly what you desire in this life? Message from the dolphins and mermaids. You're being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you, even if you don't see results yet. So, most of us have wishes, dreams and desires, that in our deep heart only we know, and God and the angels know, and they are helping you, okay? So whatever it is in your heart that you've sought help with, be assured the help is there. This is a message to say you are being helped. You may not see the results yet, but don't give up. Don't give up the faith, okay? You are being helped. So blessed changes are coming. Waves of prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. So I do feel this follows on from the last card that you're being helped. So, there is help out there. The angels, your spirit guides, your deceased relatives are all helping you. They all want to help you. You just have to ask and the help will be there. So a positive change is on the horizon, okay? New abundance and exciting opportunities will show for you now. So just look forward. Things are changing for the good. So the message for Monday and Tuesday from the Archangels. Spiritual understanding. Archangel Raziel, I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So for those of you out there on your spiritual path, be assured that you will have more understanding going forward. Do research, look up stuff online, listen to readings, read books, whatever it is, get in touch with your inner knowing in meditation. But you will have a new spiritual understanding soon, okay, from signs and symbols. So look out for that in your everyday life. So now we're going to Wednesday and Thursday. The Five of Crystals. It's a beautiful card. I will just get the meaning of that. The card depicts a wise Grandpa Gnome. He's placing the final touches on a sacred mandala perched at the top of a tree house. There are two aspects to the mandala's design, a pentacle and golden circles. The circles and the star together in one pattern indicate the union of earth and heaven. The 5 points of the star represent birth, initiation and service, rest, transformation. This symbol is used as a beautiful emblem or stained glass motif for a home because it represents the evolution of humanity and is a protective shield. Grandpa Gnome whistles a happy tune, for it has manifested a vision of beauty. The apples on the tree are ripe, revealing the fruition of a task well done. The birds convey the rewards of a spiritual freedom that come from a well-constructed life. Fully embrace the gifts offered in this card. Remember to pick the right potentials that life reveals to you at this time. Let them manifest. Creativity is at the core of your existence. You might like to explore stained glass work, pottery, woodworking, sewing, or other handicrafts as a new hobby. Above all, as you pursue creative outlets, stay in touch with the wonders of the earth and all its heavenly beauty. So this is a nudge, I feel, for those of you out there that may have some creative gifts within you that you've not actually developed yet. So, look outside yourself. Is there something you've always wanted to try? It's encouraging you to try that. And I think with Mercury now going forwards, although obviously we still have a shadow period, but things are starting to change and things are starting to move forward. So this is a good time to start a new project, I feel. Child of Crystals. The figure in this card is Huckleberry Finn. He is the proverbial vagabond boy, the son of the town drunk, who rebels against the dictates of social convention. During Huck's adventures on the Mississippi River, many symbolic issues arise concerning freedom, his own, and the freedom of black slave Jim, and the quest for higher life. The issue of the wise use of earthly resources is presented when Huck and his companion, Tom Sawyer, find money that robbers have hidden in a cave. They get $6,000 apiece as a reward, all in gold. The judge allows them to have $1 a day. Huck's life is one of wit, trial and error, and the desire to remain a child at heart. Ultimately, we can identify with Huck's resistance to growing up, as he experienced obstacles and triumphs throughout his initiation into adulthood. Huck Finn is a reminder of the earth is all within ourselves. He is a mirror reflection of nature's wildness and the independent spirit personified by the great god of the pagan world, Pan. In the Child of Crystals card, Huck is fishing in the Mississippi on a lazy summer's day. One might say he is fishing for new knowledge in the wisdom stream of humanity's consciousness. As the Child of Crystals, he has his various animal friends, his trusty slingshot, and a calmness that reminds us of the harmonious vibration of Mother Nature. When Huck appears for you, let your adventurous spirit roam free. Hike through the woods, leave the world of its civilization for the great outdoors. Paddle your canoe downstream. Ask yourself some hard questions about your personal freedom, your use of physical gifts with sensitivity and skill, and any fears you may have about being a responsible member of society. Try to fathom where you are now along the meandering river of life. I think it's telling us to get in touch with our childlike wonder and spirit of adventure. In the world, the adult world, we get so caught up in the day-to-day chores and the restraints of having to do a job, to earn money. But don't forget those times in life when, to explore the freedom, to be adventurous, okay? It will really brighten up your life. So here we have a message from the Archangel. Counselor. Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counsellor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So this is saying here that you are a very good listener, you have knowledge and experience to pass on to others. So don't be afraid to, guide people, okay? And Archangel Azrael is here supporting you with that. You will help many people from your guidance and reassurance, so don't be afraid to offer it in a kind manner. Daily guidance, steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings and actions of love. So the angels just want to let you know they know you're making progress, you're on the right path, you're moving forward, and they really value the contribution you're making to the world. And never forget that your small difference can make a big difference in the world, by the power of thoughts and feelings and actions of love. Trustworthy guidance. You've received a wonderful idea as an answer to your prayers. This idea is real and trustworthy. You can safely move forward with it, knowing that you are with every step of the way. Ask for and be open to receiving our support for anything that you need related to this idea. So you may have had a thought come into your head recently or been mulling over an idea for some time, and the angels want to reassure you that this idea is real and trustworthy, and they want you to move forward with it. It's an answer to your prayers, okay? And any support and guidance you need along the way will be there for you. So have faith that you are being guided. Treasure chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So the the mermaid on this card is opening a treasure chest, and inside there is a bright light shining, and I think it's the inner knowing and wisdom that we gain once we go within and we connect with our higher self and we connect with the spiritual realm. It may not necessarily be monetary value, but it is still a treasure chest of knowledge and information. But some of you may be getting a windfall as well, okay, so be open to receive. But this is an amazing affirmation that there is new abundance coming in whatever that way that is, whether it be monetary or whether it be in spiritual abundance or in positivity within your life in general. Oh, I love this card. Soulmate relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. So I think, this is quite ironic that it's come out on Wednesday and Thursday when Mercury is starting to move forward. So those of you that have been stuck in relationships or, in separation, things will finally start to move forward, and it's confirmation that this is a soulmate relationship. If there isn't anyone in your life in particular, that will be brought into life very soon, and it will be on a spiritual basis, okay? So the two dolphins are entwined in the figure of 8, the infinity symbol. So it's a beautiful symbol of love, okay, and a confirmation that a love relationship on a spiritual basis is coming forward for you now, okay? So this is for Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We have the 7 of crystals. See that? I'll just get the meaning. The lighting of a candle is a symbolic gesture. It represents the time to usher in the illumination of the soul. The winter solstice is a sacred turning point of the year and often occurs close to the Hebrew festival of lights, known as Chanukah. At the solstice, there is prayer, celebration honouring the sun's rebirth and the new dawning of the higher self. At this time, one can move away from isolation or darkness, where spiritual needs are sown, towards light and unity, where the flowers of wisdom can blossom. The young gnome girl in this card is creating a sanctuary for herself, a place where she can go within and seek inner peace, clarity and vision. She is experiencing a period of contemplation in which she can reach into the depths of her personal knowledge in order to weave truth and wisdom into light. Inner transformation is represented by the rainbow carpet on which she kneels. The 7 candles are like a menorah. They symbolise lamps or guides that help illuminate the process. A time of waiting or rest is offered to you. Let these candlelights reflect the brilliance of your inner journey. Find your own attunement and trust all is well. Patience is a cardinal virtue. This may be a time to pause or a phase when you are rebuilding strength for your next adventure or awareness in life. Be still and let the inner truth be revealed. I think the message here also is some of you may want to create your own altar within your home, a place where you can contemplate and meditate, make a little altar with your crystals, using cards that you may have, candles, figurines, whatever resonates for you. So this is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it could be after a hard week at work, you need to withdraw for the weekend, take time to go within, to contemplate what's coming forward for you next, because times are speeding up now towards us getting towards the end of the year. So if you're able to take some time out, I would suggest you do so at the weekend. Peter Pan. This is one of my favourite stories. Love this story. Just get the meaning for you. A ship is often depicted in mythological or spiritual teachings as a vehicle of the soul, moving consciousness from one shore to the next. In the fairy tale Peter Pan, Wendy and her brothers not only learn to fly, freeing themselves from the physical limitations of time and space, but they land on an island and encounter a great ship where Captain Hook rules. Captain Hook and his band of pirates symbolise the chaotic elements of the underworld and our untamed fears. Tinkerbell is the elemental spirit within us, the fairy diva. She is a light body and can produce spells for good or evil depending on the calling of the heart. Wendy and her brothers represent humanity. They are tethered to the poles and roots of their incarnation, yet by believing in other worlds, they manifest the ability to soar beyond the boundaries of time. Traditionally, the 7th major trump is known as the chariot. This mechanical device is seen as a symbol for the body, which carries the mind and spirit. The charioteer stands for the inner self, and the horses represent the divine willpower that must be harnessed. This card calls for balance between the earth-centered life and the life of spirit. When individuals are in touch with their inner guides, they know not to control the guidance, but to move gracefully according to their environment, open, free to explore, and revelling in the spiral dance of day and night, the balance of light and dark. In the story of Peter Pan, the archetypal pattern is at work. The children are tempted to stay in Never Never Land, forever becoming eternal children like Peter Pan, and never reaching the maturation of the human soul. But the children are symbols of that part of us that must return to the centre, finding our way back home after having experienced all of life's adventures. In a sense, Peter Pan is like the 2 horses of the chariot, symbolising the elemental wheel that moves us forward beyond, pulling us forever forward into our adventures, untamed and unbridled. Ultimately, the quest of our journey is to find our sanctuary and soul heritage. The Chariot, Peter Pan, Tinker Pan, the Great Ship are all guiding and illuminating facets of our cosmic self. Another idea needs to be remembered here. As we encounter obstacles and sudden twists and turns on the road ahead, we must not panic, a term supposedly engendered by the cry of the great god of wild nature, Pan. Because the comet planetoid Chiron was only discovered in 1977, it has not yet achieved a position with the 22-fold system of the major arcana. However, a likely place for it will be here, in alignment with the Chariot and Peter Pan. Chiron begins with the Ch of chariot and child. Peter Pan signifies the child who always stays young at heart. As this book was written, Chiron has been travelling in the sign of Cancer for the first time in nearly 50 years. Cancer is a zodiacal sign traditionally associated with this card, and Chiron is often associated with the key that opens doorways to higher consciousness. The qualities of the Maverick, the Wounded Healer, and the Ageless Wisdom teachings, the soaring joy of Peter Pan and the flickering light of Tinker Bell, associated with the positive qualities of Chiron, while the darker presence of Captain Hook seems to be aligned with the chaotic wounds of the past that are difficult to heal. It is also interesting in this regard to remember that Captain Hook has a place has a hook in the place of a hand, and that the Greek root meaning of Chiro is hand. When this card appears in your reading, move steadily in life and uncover your secret resources. Ride the middle path, a road that eventually turns around completely and takes you home. While it makes sense to strive for safety and security on a day-to-day basis, allow yourself the freedom to dream, fantasize and be adventuresome. Take a canoe trip. Sail into the sunset, listen to the pounding of the waves against the shore. Spend a few days in the wilderness. Watch birds take flight, warble their songs, feed their young. Yet let yourself fly into exalted realms of imagination. If you believe you can, you will. So that's a wonderful message, and I do think, again, it's saying get in touch with your playful, adventurous self. Don't be afraid to go out there and be adventurous. Have adventures, okay? Because that will feed your soul and it will give you a peaceful time ahead. The Six of Swords. Got a message for this. The grand and dramatic salute pictured in this card is a tribute to the active force of the mind that has found unity and success. Each child holds a cup representing the heart force and a sword representing the mind force. The destination has been reached and the search for new clarity is complete. There is focus and unified vision. There is responsibility, loyalty and friendship. At this level of exalted awareness, the individual has merged with the ideal of community. From this union, the mission to serve the planet is possible. The heightened mind, symbolised by the swords, is infused with light. The mind is brilliant and full of triumph. You have reached a pinnacle. Foresight and inspiration have embraced your mind, and it's as if a warm sunlight is evaporating the waters of negative thinking and fear. Salute, sit up straight. Close your eyes and let the light of the solar fire become an elixir of wisdom. A golden aura of divine protection surrounds you. Now is the time to serve humanity with a clear vision. And I also feel the meaning of this card is about having balance in your heart space and your mind space, and not letting logic and emotions rule you completely. Have that balanced, okay? So now we have a daily message for the weekend. Reward yourself. You've been given a lot of yourself lately and it's time for you to receive. Make the time to reward yourself in a meaningful way. This balance of giving and receiving is essential to keeping your energy, mood and motivation at a consistently high level. So again, if you've been working hard all week, it's time to reward yourself with something. Give yourself something, okay? What would you like? A treat, maybe, go and get your nails done, a pedicure, buy yourself a treat, buy yourself a meal, something to wear, go on a weekend trip you've always wanted to do. You know, by giving and giving and not receiving, you're out of balance, and it's hard to keep up energy levels that way. So if you've been giving all week, this weekend it's time to receive, okay? And even if it's you receiving for yourself. Listen. Quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state, without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. So again, this weekend, I think it's saying take time to go within, meditate in that quiet space, and listen to the guidance. There is important messages waiting to come in, and it's only by being quiet and receptive that you can take on these messages. So get into a quiet space sometime and listen to your guidance. Life purpose. The purpose of your life is to serve in a way that brings great joy to yourself and others. Don't worry about finding your purpose. Instead, focus upon serving a purpose, and then your purpose will serve you. I think sometimes we do get so wrapped up in what is my purpose, what should I be doing? I'm not sure, I don't know, what should I be doing? But find a purpose in your life, whatever that is, okay? Find something that sings to your soul, find something that means a lot to you, because whatever that is your purpose, okay? By serving a purpose, and then that is your focus in life, okay? So don't get caught up in what is my purpose, just follow your purpose, if that makes sense. Protection. You, your loved ones and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. This is a beautiful mermaid mom holding her little mermaid baby. It's a beautiful figure, and it represents the mother figure, the mothering, the nurturing, the caring, the protection. But your angels and guides are out there to say that you are safe. They're protecting you from heaven, okay? So just call on them and they will be there to protect you. Whatever you're going through at this time, know that they will be there for you no matter what. Empowerment. You're more powerful than you realise. It's safe for you to be powerful. So we've got 3 mermaid figures in the picture, and you can see one of them, she's soaring higher than the others because she's ascending, she's moving forward in her spirituality, and the other 2 are looking on. But they could take that empowerment too. There's nothing to stop them, only themselves. So don't be afraid of soaring higher and in investigating your spiritual gifts, okay? Because that's what you're here to do. Contemplation time. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. So again, the message is this weekend to spend some time alone, meditating, listen to your guides and teachers, get outside in nature. This mermaid is out there amongst nature. There's mountains in the background, there's foliage, there's a parrot, there's flowers, there's the sand, the beach. Wherever you feel most comfortable, get outside in nature, because that's a very healing place to be, and you'll be more open to receiving any messages that they are for you. So we have messages from the Archangels, moon cycles. Notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalise upon these cycles. So this weekend we have a new moon, I believe, on the 24th. So again, set your intentions out there. Do maybe a little moon ritual to attract in more abundance, love, whatever it is. And this angel has this is Archangel Hanel. She has the doves of peace surrounding her. Okay, so even if you want to call in more peace for yourself and the world, just focus on that. And obviously the moon cycles, a lot of us can be very sensitive to that. So be aware of that. If you're feeling particularly tired, or you're not sleeping, or, however it affects you, because our bodies are 70% water, and obviously the moon rules the tides. So we have our own tides within our bodies, if you think about it. So it's going to affect you. So just be self-aware and look into that, okay? compassion. Archangel Zadkiel, soften your heart with respect to this situation and all the people involved, including yourself. As I pulled this card, I got the message about those of you going through difficult relationships at this time, possibly soulmates, twin flame relationships. A lot of people are still in separation, and it's hard, to deal with sometimes. But the message is, have compassion for this person and the situation. You don't know what they're going through. And by, giving them the gift of compassion, send your love, send them healing. It will enable them to move forward in their lives. Don't judge. Don't be bitter. Have that compassion in your heart, for them. Okay? And that will help things move forward a lot quicker. Okay? So that's the end of that message. I just wanted to say that if you like that, just like, share and subscribe. And if you want to be entered into the draw for a free reading, please comment below, and all those that have made comments will be entered into that draw. There are other messages down below. There's a special offer for November, a 15-minute reading for £11.11. Okay, so time is running out for that. I hope you have a good week. I hope you get through the week safely. And remember, be kind to everybody. Okay, so thank you for watching. Take care.